Good morning, students. My name is Kalpana, and I welcome you back to another session of data structures. This is my class 10. I am in chapter 3 of unit 1. In this class, I will be explaining the next sorting technique, that is the quicksort technique. Its introduction, procedure, algorithm, examples, and time complexity and space complexity of quicksort algorithm in detail. Coming to introduction. The quicksort is a simple, fast, widely used algorithm. Can be done in place with no extra space. As you all know, this quicksort is a simple, fast and widely used algorithm, and it requires no extra space. As I have mentioned earlier, sortings are of two types. One is internal sorting, other one is the external sorting. Internal sort does not require any extra space during the sorting time, and external sortings require additional space for sorting the elements during execution. As mentioned here, this quicksort is an internal sorting technique since it does not require any extra space. General form. This quicksort algorithm is based on the principle of divide and conquer. As I have mentioned earlier, in the merge sort algorithm, the divide and conquer technique, here also we will be using the divide and conquer technique. The merge sort algorithm and the quicksort algorithm both use the divide and conquer technique. In this divide and conquer technique, the problem will be split into small individual sub problems until they are solved, and after that these small units will be combined to form the sorted list or the main list. The three things that happen in this are partitioning, then combining, and following this procedure recursively. See, partition. Divide into two sub-arrays, L and R. Elements in L are all smaller than those in R. Recurse. Sort L and R recursively. Then combine. Append R to the end of L. Okay. This quicksort algorithm is based on the divide and conquer technique. Since you are all aware of divide and conquer technique, I need not explain it again. Divide and conquer technique is nothing but dividing the problem into sub-problems and then solving those sub-problems. We get the solution for the main problem. Okay. The quicksort uses divide and conquer while not using additional storage. As I have mentioned earlier, it does not require any additional storage. It uses the principle of divide and conquer. A quicksort first selects a value which is called the pivot value. In this quicksort algorithm, we will use a term known as pivot element or pivot value. This term will come every time in your quicksort algorithm. So remember this name, pivot value or pivot element. The role of the pivot element is to assist with splitting the list. This pivot element plays a major role in this quicksort algorithm and in the decomposition or dividing or splitting of the list into sub-lists or sub-problems. The actual position where the pivot value belongs in the final sorted list, commonly called the split point, will be used to divide the list for subsequent calls to the quicksort. As I have told, this pivot element plays a major role in splitting the main list into sublist, and again this splitting these sublist into smaller sublist, and again this smaller sublist into smaller sublist, and then sorting those sublists. So this pivot element forms the basis for the quicksort algorithm. Procedure. Like merge sort, quicksort is a divide and conquer algorithm. I have mentioned earlier that this quicksort and merge sort are based on divide and conquer technique. It picks an element as pivot and partitions the given array around the picked pivot. As I have mentioned the term pivot element, this partitioning or dividing the list of unsorted elements is done based on the pivot element. There are many different versions of quicksort that pick pivot in different ways. Okay. Till now I have told that there will be an element in the list called the pivot element, and this plays a major role in it. Now what is this pivot element and where does it come from? See, always pick first element as pivot. Second one, always pick last element as pivot. Next one, pick a random element as pivot. Pick median as pivot. See, where pivot element is nothing but an element from that list of unsorted elements. Given a list of unsorted elements, we can assume any element as the pivot element. Not particularly this element or that element. Any element can be considered as the pivot element. That is, element at the first can be taken as the pivot element. Element at the last can be considered as the pivot element. Element at the middle can be considered as the pivot element, or randomly picked. Anything picked up randomly can also be a pivot element. There is no such rule that this element should be the pivot element. Any element in the unsorted list can be the pivot element, and based on this pivot element only, the quicksort algorithm sorts the list of elements. The key process in quicksort is partition. Partition is nothing but the name as it implies. As we divide a room in general into two rooms by using a partition, means nothing but separating two rooms using some cardboard or some wall is known as partitioning. Like that, also in quicksort algorithm we do the partitioning, means the list of elements will be divided into sub list, that is left sublist, right sublist. This is known as partitioning. That is, in the quicksort algorithm, this partitioning plays an important role. Target of partitions is, given an array and an element x of array as pivot, put x at its correct position in sorted array and put all smaller elements before x and put all greater elements after x. As here the statement says that in the list of unsorted elements, we will consider one element, that is element at the first or element at the last or element at the middle, as the pivot element. And the rule is the element after selecting the pivot element, we will sort or we will swap the elements in such a way that the elements before the pivot element will be smaller and the elements after the pivot element will be greater than the pivot element. That is, the left sublist will be smaller than the pivot element and the right sublist will be greater than the pivot element. Follow this process until all the elements come to a sorted order. Okay. Partitioning in quicksort. A key step in the quicksort algorithm is partitioning the array. We choose some number p in the array to use as pivot. We partition the array into 3 parts. See, here is an example demonstrating how we partition. See, here there is a diagram, and in this diagram you assume that all our elements are arranged there, and I assumed one element as the pivot element and I kept it as p, and in the left side of p the numbers less than p will appear, and in the right side part the numbers that are greater than p appears. As I have told this here, p is my pivot element. This is the key step in partitioning. Partitioning. Choose any array value, say the first, to use as the pivot. Start from the left end. Find the first element that is greater than or equal to the pivot element. Searching backward from the right end, find the first element that is less than the pivot element. Interchange these two elements. Repeat searching from where we left off until done. See how I have done the partitioning. I will explain you in short. First, I will be given a list of elements. That is, my unsorted list of elements will be given. After that, I will assume the first element as my pivot element. Okay, I assumed the first element of the unsorted list, that is the 0th position element, as my pivot element. Now I start the process. Now first I compare my 0th element with the last element in that array, that is the element at the n-1 location. If it is smaller than my pivot element, I swap it to the element of the 0th location and my pivot element goes to the last position. After that, again I compare my pivot element with the element at the first location. In the first process I compared with the 0th location element, it's over. Then now I compare it with the element at the first location. Okay. If the element is smaller than the pivot element, then I leave it like that only. No swapping is done. If it is bigger than my pivot element, I interchange their places. That is, I interchange the places of the element at the position 1 with the position of the pivot element. Okay. That is, my pivot element comes to the first location and the element at the first location goes to the rightmost side. Okay, where my pivot element was. Like this, I continue the process until my pivot element is in such a situation that the elements before the pivot element are smaller than the pivot element and the elements bigger than the pivot element appear after the pivot element. That is, on the left side of the pivot element, the smaller element should appear, and on the right side of the pivot element, my bigger elements, that is the larger elements than the pivot element should appear. We will continue this process until my pivot element is in such a situation that the left sublist and the right sublist are partitioned correctly. Okay. See, here is a small example. Just I have given the example. I did not solve it. Here is a list of elements. That is 21, 24, 42, 29, 23, 13, 8, 39 and 38. Here I assume 23 as my pivot element. Okay, I assumed 23 as my pivot element. As I have mentioned earlier, take first element as pivot element. You can take last element as pivot element. You can take the middle element as pivot element, or any element in the list as the pivot element. Here I have taken some random element 23 as the pivot element, and I compared it with 21, then 38, then 24, 39, 42, 13. Like that I will compare one at the left and one at the right. Like that I will go on comparing. See, first I compare my element 23 with 21. Since 21 is smaller, no swapping is required. Second, I compare 23 with 24. Since 24 is bigger than 23, the positions are interchanged. Like this, I will continue the process by comparing the element to the left side and also to the right side. I will continue the process until my pivot position is in such a situation that here you can see pivot element is 23 and the list before pivot element, that is 21, 13 and 8. They are not sorted, just they are smaller than the pivot element. We should be in a situation that the pivot element should be in the middle and the left sublist must be smaller than the list pivot element and the right sublist must be greater than the pivot element. Here we can see the situation. Here the example does not demonstrate any steps, just shows you how the pivot element should be positioned or how the partition should be done. After I explain the quicksort algorithm clearly, then you can sort this example by yourself. Then you can get a clear idea of quicksort algorithm. See, this is an algorithm for quicksort. As I have mentioned earlier, quicksort is based on divide and conquer technique. That is, divide, conquer and combine. Dividing means partitioning the list of unsorted elements into smaller sub problems or sub partitions. Then conquer. Conquer means recursively performing the sorting on those sub parts. Last one, after sorting them, combine them into the sorted list of elements. Combine them into a list, that is the sorted list of elements. Quicksort is mainly based on divide and conquer technique. That is, the main list of elements will be given. First, you divide the list or partition the list into two parts based on the pivot element. Okay, as I have told, the pivot element is compared with the left hand side elements and also the right hand side elements. And the elements at the left side, after comparison, if they are not in order, then we perform the swapping on those elements. Okay. And after swapping the elements, I will get a situation where my pivot element is in the middle and the left sublist will be smaller than the pivot element and the right sublist will be greater than the pivot element. We should partition in such a way that the main list does not get disturbed or does not decompose. That is, after decomposing, we should not be in a situation that I have 10 elements and after partitioning, I lose one element or I get another element. It should not be in such a situation of losing an element or getting more elements while partitioning. The original list should not be disturbed and the element should be same, but should be come into a sorted state. Okay. Here is a descriptive algorithm for quicksort. Given an array of n elements, that is integers, if array only contains one element, return. That is what he is telling is, I have a sorted list of elements. Assume that that list of elements are integer elements. If I am given only one element to sort, then why to sort it? It will be already in sorted order since I am given only one number. Then you can quit the loop. Otherwise, if I am given more than one element to sort, then what should I do? It is given in the else part. Pick one element to use as pivot element. Partition elements into two sub-arrays. Elements less than or equal to pivot, elements greater than or than pivot. See, as I have mentioned, here they are giving the description also similarly only. See, pick any element in the array or list of elements or unsorted list. If I am given an unsorted list, take that list. Take any element from that list as the pivot element. For your convenience, every time assume the first element as the pivot element and start your process, because if you take any random elements as a pivot element, you may get confused. So every time you start the process in quicksort, assume the first element in the list of unsorted elements as the pivot element and put a round around it so that you can identify it, and place a P on it so that you can identify it as the pivot element. Okay. After that, partition the unsorted list using this algorithm in such a way that pivot element P will be in the middle and the elements before P will be smaller than the pivot element and the elements after the pivot element will be greater than the pivot elements. Quicksort two sub-arrays, return result. Perform this process into and divide the sublist into small sublists until they are not decomposed, means until they are not spoiled or lost. And after that, if sort the whole list, put the result or display the result. This is the descriptive algorithm for quicksort technique. Now this is an example for quicksort technique. Here I considered 5 as my. Here the process starts by considering any element as the pivot element. Now for our convenience, I have already told that assume the first element as the pivot element. Now compare our pivot element 5 with a last position element, that is 2. 5 is compared with 2. Then the list becomes 2, 8, 1, 3, 7, 9 and 5. Like that, continue the process. After that, swap to the left. That is compare to the left. One comparison to the left and another comparison to the right. If they are not in order, swap the elements. If they are in order, leave them like that only and go to the next step. Continue this process of swapping and comparing until all the elements before the pivot element are smaller than the pivot element and elements after the pivot element are greater than the pivot element. Here is a situation where 5 is placed in a position where the elements before 5, that is 1, 3, 2 are smaller than the pivot element, but they are not sorted. After that, the elements after the pivot element, that is 8, 7 and 9 are greater than the pivot element but not sorted. Again perform the partitioning process on the left sublist. Left sublist is nothing but the elements on the left side of pivot element. Now consider the left sublist, that is 1, 3, 2 are in the left sublist and 8, 7, 9 are in the right sublist. Again consider a pivot element in the left sublist. Now 5 is not our pivot element in this list. That is, we are considering the left sublist only, that is part of the problem only. Here you consider one more pivot element, say it as Q. And now perform the swapping, that is comparing and swapping of elements based on this pivot element, and arrange the elements in such a way that the elements before the pivot element are smaller than it and after it are bigger than it by comparing and swapping. And after that, in the right sublist also assume one pivot element, that is, here I have assumed 8 as my pivot element, and based on it I have performed the comparisons and swappings. And after that, the element before 8, that is 7, the smallest element is on the left side, and the element before after 8, that is 9, is in the right hand side. And this becomes the sorted list, that is, the right side also comes to the sorted type. Left side also recursively again compare another pivot element and perform the comparisons and swapping until they are sorted. After the left side is sorted and the right side is also sorted, combine the whole list into one array, and this becomes our sorted list. Here is another example for quicksort algorithm. Here I have assumed an unsorted list of elements, that is 51, 95, 66, 72, 42 and so on. First, as I have mentioned, consider the first element as the pivot element. Okay, here 51 is the pivot element. First, I compare 51 with the element on the right hand side, rightmost element. What is it? 15. 51 is compared with 15. Then 15 is smaller than 51. So 15 comes to the left side and 51 goes to the last side. Okay. Like that, compare all the elements. Start comparing from one element at the right side and one element at the left side. Like that, you continue the process. First compare, check if they are greater or less. If they are greater, place them after the pivot element. If they are less, place them before the pivot element. Partition in such a way that the pivot element comes in the middle and the elements before the pivot element are smaller than the and elements after it are bigger. Like that, you compare the elements. Here 51 is my pivot element. I compare it with 15, then with 95, then with 45, then with 66. Like that, I go on comparing with all elements in the array and get it in a situation or partition the list in such a way that elements are before the pivot element are smaller and after the pivot element are bigger. After that, I will get a left sublist, that is, elements before the pivot element are called as left sublist and elements after the pivot element are called the right sublist. Here is a partition. Okay, as you have seen here in the last line, if you observe, my pivot element 51 is placed in a position where the left side and the right side lists are appearing. The left sublist and the right sublist are also appearing, but they are not sorted. Now again after this step, again you will be considering a pivot element in the left sublist and sort or divide it into different partitions. And again in the right side also you take one pivot element, let it be 72, and perform the partitioning by swapping, that is comparing and swapping. Okay, this is another example. Okay, this is another example which demonstrate, that is the same numbers there are also given here. Okay, this is another process of comparing and swapping the elements in an array of unsorted elements by using the quicksort technique. See, explanation of the algorithm. As I have mentioned earlier, quicksort is mainly based on what? Dividing the list into smaller parts, then sorting the list or conquer the list, that is sorting the list, then after that combining the list into a sorted list. Okay, first we will be given an unsorted list, then we will partition it based on the pivot element, and after that we will get a left sublist and then get a right sublist. After that, if the left sublist is sorted, then leave it. If the right sublist is sorted also, leave it. If the left sublist is not sorted, then take one pivot element in the left sublist and perform the partition. If the right sublist is not sorted, consider any element in the right sublist as the pivot element and go on sorting. Like this, continue the process until, or divisions or partitions, until the list is sorted. Okay, this is about the quicksort algorithm. At last we will get a sorted array of elements. This quicksort algorithm is based on the divide and conquer technique. Here the best case time complexity of quicksort algorithm is given, that is in the best case it is O of n log n, average case also it is given as O of n log n, and in the worst case it is given as O of n square. That is, it depends upon the elements in the list, their arrangement in the unsorted list. See, here I have given the time complexity. As I have mentioned earlier, the worst case time complexity is O of n square, best is O of n log n, and average is also O of n log n. This mainly depends upon the arrangement of elements in an array. If the array of elements are already sorted or at most a little bit sorted, then its time complexity may differ. Okay, it depends upon the arrangement of elements in the unsorted array. See, here is an assignment for you. Perform the quicksort technique. Sorry, I have given insertion sort. You perform the quicksort technique on the given list of elements and write the descriptive algorithm as well as the algorithm, normal algorithm, clearly after performing the sorting using quicksort technique. If you have any doubts, you can message me or call me. Then I will be explaining the process clearly. Okay, here is the assignment. Complete it and submit me in 2 working days. Hope you all understood the quicksort algorithm clearly. This is the end of class 10. Thank you.